Okay, welcome to the Pennsylvania Virtual College Fair. This is so incredibly important that you are able to be here, whether you're watching this live or you're watching a recording of this. We have an amazing set of panelists who are going to talk about their college or university and to see if it is a good fit for you. And they are the experts. They're going to give you their contact information in the presentation and in the chat. So pay attention to that because that's really important for you to be able to reach out with them to start that conversation. If you are here and watching it live, you can ask questions during the presentations, during this 45 minutes. Just make sure you hit the Q&A button. That's either at the bottom or the top of your screen. The panelists cannot hear or see you, so please use that Q&A button. You can sign up for more sessions in the future, the same place that you signed up for this one. And a recording of this, again, will be available with the chat, the audio, the video at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Each panelist will present for about 6 minutes, and then we'll have a quick little question at the end. All right, now we are going to kick it off with Elizabethtown College.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. So my name is Monica Venturella. I'm one of our assistant directors of admissions here at eTown. And basically, I'm just going to go through how to become a Blue Jay, kind of the quick version here. So just a little bit about us. We are a small private college, around 1,600 students on campus. Average class size for us is going to be around 17, so really nice and small. Myself, I also graduated from eTown in 2017, so I know the campus very, very well. I love the small environment. It really made a good environment for me to learn, but also grow in. Here at eTown, we have a lot of different majors. So honestly, too many to list on one slide. So we break them up into different schools. So you can see a listing here of all our different schools. We have over 160 different majors, minors, and concentrations. Mainly, I would say focus more in the health sciences, so occupational therapy, engineering. But we also have really strong programs in business as well as the humanities. So really something for everyone here at eTown. I definitely recommend, if you're more interested in learning about your specific major, to contact us, because then we'll be able to have you guys meet one-on-one with our professors and really give you more in depth about your exact major. But this here is just a nice little overview of what we offer. We also offer a core program, which basically is your general education requirements, which also allows you to go outside of your major. One thing that's pretty unique to us is that every single student completes the signature learning experience opportunities. So signature learning are basically things that take you outside the classroom at eTown. So things like research, study abroad, internship experiences, again, anything that takes you outside of the classroom. We guarantee, but we also require every single student to complete at least 2 of them. Now for myself, honestly, I completed 5 of them. I did not come into eTown thinking I was gonna do 5. It just kind of happened that way. Most majors have signature learning built in, so it's not something you have to stress too much about. But we really encourage you to get outside the classroom because that's what employers are really going to look for. They already know you have the degree in the end. They really want to see what real world experiences you've had during your time at your college. Next, I just want to kind of touch on our kind of social end of campus. So right here, this is the Bauer Center. This is one of our newest buildings on campus, but this is really made for any sports, fitness, and well-being. So we have our brand new indoor track in here. We have fire pit outside. Lots of different clubs will use this building. So we have over 100 different clubs on campus. You're free to use this whether you're an athlete or not. For athletics, we are Division III. So lots of different things you can get involved in here. Again, I would say most students do a lot while they're on campus. It's just the eTown student way. They really try and get themselves involved and just kind of go above and beyond in that format. So next, how to apply. Honestly, it is super easy to apply. So every application process is going to look a little bit different. So I definitely recommend write down your schools and see which ones have different formats. For us, we're on a rolling admissions basis. So once you get everything in your application, either the common application or the eTown application, get your transcript in, also a recommendation letter and a writing sample. We do not need SATs or ACTs this year. So you don't have to worry about sending in test scores. Once we get the application in, within about 2 to 3 weeks, you'll hear back from us. So pretty quick decision, a timeline for us. During that timeline, we recommend to learn more about us, come visit us in person. Our visits are really kicking up this summer with being able to show more of campus. And then you have until May 1st. So I always tell students, if you can apply before the December holidays, you'll hear back over the holidays. It's all exciting. And then you have until May 1st. So you have plenty of time to make your official decision. Next, I just want to lightly touch on our scholarships. Again, they're going to be different for every single college, but these are the ones that we offer. So we offer merit-based scholarships, which basically when you apply to E-Town, you're automatically considered. So you don't have to apply anything extra to these. You apply to E-Town, you're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. Right now, they range from $12,000 to $17,000. So that's off your tuition every single year that you're here. It's guaranteed, which is awesome. We also offer other scholarships, including Mosaic for students who go above and beyond any form of diversity, music performance for any student, regardless of their major, who wants to still continue music at E-Town, and then the STAMP scholarship. So the STAMP scholarship is our full tuition scholarship awarded to around 10 students per year. And then of course we have the financial aid process. So typically this will open October 1st with the FAFSA. Definitely recommend filling that out to make sure you can get the most amount of financial aid from us. To give you guys an idea as far as cost here, so we are around $45,000 per year, including your room and board. Most students pay between $16,000 and $20,000 to actually attend here. So it makes it a little more reasonable for a lot of students, and it depends on each student. We always recommend to come talk to us. Definitely talk to us about the financial aid process. It's nerve-wracking and it's a lot, so definitely talk to us and make sure we get your questions answered. And to kind of wrap up here, I definitely recommend coming to visit us in person, visit all of your colleges if you can. So we've been open, we've been lucky to be open this entire semester, this entire year actually. So we highly recommend you come to campus, visit us in person. Tons of virtual events happening, as well as every other college offering virtual events. Check them out. It's a great way to kind of see and learn what a college would look like before you actually step foot on campus. I also recommend talking to students. It might seem, again, a little nerve-wracking at first to be talking to a student, but that's gonna be the best way to really understand what a college is gonna be for you. But thank you guys so much. Here's my contact info on the slide here. So if you guys do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Definitely put any information you can into that chat. Next up, we have Pacific University, Oregon.
Perfect. Well, hello, everybody. Nice to talk to all of you from the West Coast out here. My name is Derek Nagley. I am your admissions counselor here at Pacific University. So when you apply, I'm actually the guy on the other end who's reading your application and working with you throughout the entire process. And today I hope to tell you a little bit about our school, the amazing opportunities you have out here on the West Coast, and why you might take a chance in coming from Pennsylvania out here to join us at our university. So Pacific itself is a small private liberal arts university. We're located about 30 minutes west of Portland. So for you students, you'd be flying into the Portland International Airport, and you're able to take mass transportation, car out to campus, or be able to catch a ride share. We're still part of Portland Metro, so we get the best of both parts. We're a small school out in a smaller community of Forest Grove, about 26,000 people. But because you're just outside of the Portland city, or just on the edge of the Portland city limits, you can get in, watch a Blazers basketball game in about half an hour. Or you can be sitting on the beautiful Oregon coast in about an hour, hiking in the Tillamook National Forest in about 15 minutes. And being right next to Portland is an amazing place to be right now as far as opportunity, because of the Silicon Forest, and companies like Nike, Intel, Xerox, Columbia all have big national headquarters here that our students are able to connect with as well. And as I mentioned, we are a small university. We treat all of our students as if they're coming into an honors college, which means that you are not having to apply into separate colleges, separate majors. You're actually applying to Pacific, and no matter which of our 65 different majors, minors, and programs you choose, you get an amazing education while you're there. Within those 65 different programs, you're going to find lots of different areas of study, but we're best known for the pre-health professions, optometry, physical therapy, exercise science, kinesiology, or things like our nationally ranked business, creative writing, and education programs. So you truly are going to find out what you want to study while you're here. And with 1,900 undergraduate students and about 2,000 graduate students, you do that in a small, intimate atmosphere, an average class size of only 19 students, and 100% of those classes are taught by full professors. So you're not sitting in huge lecture halls of 300 or 400 people. You're sitting in classes where your professor knows your name. They're going to help you figure out what you want to study and how to make that work. And most importantly, Pacific gives all of our students a 4-year graduation guarantee, which means when you come into Pacific, you're going to be graduating in 4 years or less. No 5th years, 6 years of victory laps. but that we will help you get that 4-year education while you're here. And we also want you leaving with not just a diploma and a good luck handshake, but the ability to go into the working world. So as the top private research university in the Pacific Northwest, we also encourage our students to start job shadowing, research, and internships freshman and sophomore year of college, not waiting until they're a junior or senior, so that our students can build up that real life resume to be able to take into the workforce. And you can see by our numbers to be able to get very high job placement ratings and be able to take that next step right away. Whether it is going into the working world at Nike or going on to a graduate school, we want you to be able to take that next step without anything else in between slowing you down. And at the same time, we do also know our students need an outlet. So Pacific is unique in that we want you to be able to get your major in that 4 years, but we also encourage you to do something completely different while you're here. Whether that's a minor in a different area, joining one of our 70 different clubs and organizations, ranging from student government to our Hawaii club, or joining maybe our music groups. You really want to sing in the choir, but you want to major in biology. You can do that at the same time at Pacific and still be able to graduate in 4 years. That also applies to our 24 varsity, 28 intramural, and 10 club sports at the NCAA Division III level. You're going to be able to find those things you love in college, that group of people you want to connect with, that identity you want to build, and be able to do that, again, while you're getting a 4-year education and getting ready for that next step, whatever it might be. And our students are super active. Our average student is involved in 3 clubs or sports that have nothing to do with what they're studying. Over a third of our students are athletes, and a quarter of our students will take a music class while they're there. So this isn't 1 or 2 students, but all of our students getting these opportunities. We also want you to take that education outside of the classroom, exploring the Pacific Northwest through the Outdoor Pursuits Office, taking classes, learning how to surf on the Oregon coast, summit Mount Hood, or be able to build up an outdoor leadership minor, studying abroad in 27 sites around the world, or 2 to 3 week travel classes, and giving back through community service. Pacific is consistently on the list of the President's Community Service Colleges, and we're very proud of the amount that our students give back to their communities. And we build that into your education while you're here. And again, these things are not adding to that 4 years, but we're expecting you to be able to do these while you're getting your education. And most importantly, as you're looking at Pacific from different states, know that we have no in-state or out-of-state tuition and no in-state or out-of-state scholarships. Again, no extra paperwork for you. You get to apply to Pacific, whether you're from Pennsylvania, Ohio, Illinois, Montana, Oregon, or Hawaii, and you're applying through the same process. So there's no extra steps in there, no hoping you get a scholarship, but instead you apply through Common App. We're a test optional university. We're looking at your grades, your academics, and we're going to award you academic merit scholarship between $15,000 and $27,000 a year. We have opportunities to come visit in person. We are open to in-person visits, or be able to do that virtually, since we know not every student can constantly fly back and forth, and give scholarship for things like music, dance, and theater. So keep an eye out as Pacific as an opportunity to apply. Whether you're a senior right now looking at a college for the fall, or you're looking at this as a junior or sophomore and kind of down the road, know that I'm going to be here as your admissions counselor to help you through this process. We are on rolling admissions, so we are still accepting applications and awarding merit scholarship. And you're going to have someone at Pacific on the other end who will reach out and talk to you. One, it'll be me, but also my director grew up in Pennsylvania, so she's our unofficial welcoming committee to all students from the area. So we want you to reach out and talk to us directly. So I'll put my information into the chat, but I appreciate all of you giving me a little bit of time to chat with you this afternoon, and hope you have a great rest of the day. And please let us know if you have any questions.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Virto Education, college semesters abroad.
Hi, everybody. As an Oregon native, I will attest to the beauty of the Pacific Northwest for sure. So Virto Education, we are something a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So we are a little bit different. So what Virto does is we are helping you to start college differently. So instead of graduating high school, going straight to a university campus in the fall, you're actually spending that first college semester with Virto, traveling around to another country and taking those freshman gen ed credits with us. So we're kind of like putting study abroad front and center, keeping you in that 4-year timeline. So that is Virto in a 30-second nutshell. Yeah, we're fully accredited. We do partner with 60 universities. So I will talk about that in just a second. But our mission overall is to really provide more students more access with higher education and international travel. We really believe in the power of travel to help students just really gain an understanding of their passion and gain that confidence and really just buff up your college and career resume. So 3 main pillars of Verto. The first is the best first year of college. Second is admissions to a great fit school, which is referring to our partner universities. And then the third is an affordable college education. Obviously, that's talking about tuition. So the best first year of college can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different students. For us, there are 3 main points that we really find to be strong threads with our semesters. So the first one, connecting to the world, is just in terms of how we run our semesters. So our students are really not tourists. We're shaping these semesters so that you're getting a real understanding of the like the global issues, the community, the culture, and the history in whatever location that you're in. We have 6 different semester options that you get to choose from. We have 3 what we call on campus. Those are in Europe, and then 3 that are in the field. And I'll talk about those in just a sec as well. It's not just about doing college classes. We definitely wind in a lot of awesome stuff to our semesters. The academics itself, though, as I mentioned, we are fully accredited. You're earning those freshman gen ed credits. So it's really great for students regardless of major. We have a huge array of courses, and they're going to be, all those freshman classes. So earning 16 credits per semester with us, you can do just 1 semester in the fall, or you can do a full year with Verto if you'd like. They are discussion-based classes, so we're really not focusing on like tests and quizzes, and very small classes. So 20 to 25 students max, and weekly check-ins with your professors. It's really like a big family. So discovering yourself, this is just looking at our life skills courses, and our purpose finding workshops that we weave into our semesters, as well as just being abroad in general. That's a huge time for students and people, regardless of age, to really get a better understanding of how you work and what your interests are. So the on-campus semesters I mentioned are all in Europe. We have one in England, Italy, and Spain. These are pretty traditional in a lot of ways. This course selection is not the full course. There are many, many more, but just to get an idea. So you're living in student residences when you're in an on-campus semester with other Verto students. You're commuting to class, and you're in these big, vibrant cities. So really bustling, a lot of international students coming from all over the world. So you're definitely getting that experience and that flexibility and independence to do a lot of travel on your own. We do group things as well, different excursions. This might be an evening or a full weekend. The field semester is very different. These are in Hawaii, Latin America, and the South Pacific. You're in a different location every month. So very different, a lot less traditional, and you're with a smaller group of students. We do have a full year Change the World honors program. This is an honors program. So for super academically motivated students that want to change the world. The second pillar is our partner colleges. So when you're applying to Verto, it's a free non-binding app. We have a 2.5 minimum, GPA minimum, and we are test optional. When you apply to Verto, you can apply to up to 5 of our partner schools. So what that means is those credits are guaranteed to transfer to those partner universities. It's a 2 to 3 week admissions turnaround and a free application to those schools. We have 60 colleges that we partner with. They're big, small, public, private, all over the states, and that list is always growing. So it's a great way for students to get seen and heard by those schools. We also have a guaranteed admission post your Verto semester to 27 of those colleges. Last but not least, affordability. So we do strive to be as affordable, if not much more affordable, than a traditional 4-year university. So looking at our semesters, we range from 15 to 25,000. That's before any financial aid or scholarships or grants. And that does include 3 meals a day, your lodging, and all of the excursions that we're doing in the country. We do accept federal financial aid. We also have internal opportunity grants and international leadership awards. The opportunity grants are need-based, and the leadership award is a scholarship. It's merit and character-based. So Yeah, if you're interested, check us out. We have 4 of our 6 semesters that are currently on the ground around the world. You can check us out on Instagram or scan this code or just hop over to our website and I'll put our information in the chat. Thank you guys so much.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have University of New Hampshire.
Hi, everyone. My name is Evan Beals. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at the University of New Hampshire. I always like to start out quickly just looking at location. We're in a very unique spot as a public flagship university. We're located in the Seacoast region of New England, so we're only about 10 to 15 minutes from the ocean, about 45 minutes from the White Mountains of New Hampshire, about an hour south of Portland, Maine, and about an hour north of Boston, Massachusetts. So as you can see from the photographs kind of on either side of the map there, our students really enjoy spending time in the cities for both recreation and leisure, but also many of our students may have really great connections for jobs or internships as they move into junior or senior year of their time on campus. Our closeness and in relation to the ocean really provides us with some really great opportunities for academic programs like marine biology, or one of our most unique programs like ocean engineering. Our location pretty close to the mountains allows for those of you who really enjoy skiing, hiking, snowboarding, all of those really great activities, some really great access. So you are here on a small town college, New England college feel, but you also have access to all of these different places throughout the New England region. We're considered a medium-sized university, so we have about 13,000 students total. That also provides us with some really great opportunities, as we'll talk about here in just a couple minutes. We only have about 2,500 graduate students, which when we start talking about research and internships and all of these great hands-on opportunities, our students find that they can get started in those really great opportunities early in the process, freshman and sophomore year. It's not unheard of that our students are working in the labs with their professors on some really high-tech, high involvement research. Not only is it not unheard of, but it's the norm on our campus for students to get involved early. Most of our students come from out of state, so you're in good company coming up from Pennsylvania. We have 48 states represented on campus and about 70 different countries from where international students are coming to us from as well. We have over 200 majors and programs on campus. And like we've talked about many times before, our time with you today would not allow us to dive into all of them. But there's 5 college divisions that our majors and programs are housed in. So here you can see the College of Liberal Arts, College of Life Science and Agriculture, College of Health and Human Services, Engineering and Physical Sciences, and the Paul College of Business and Economics. As I mentioned, over 200 degree programs, everything from A to Z, anthropology and animal science to zoology. So as corny as that sounds and as corny as it is, we really have something for everyone here at UNH, and we'd be excited to chat further about your specific interests. UNH is a land, sea, and space grant status institution. So this is kind of through the research lens or some of those hands-on opportunity lenses we like to talk about. We are a Research 1 or R1 university, and about in the top 20% nationally in research funding. But I like to think back to that population size. So while we are ranking in the top kind of elite colleges and universities looking at undergraduate research, the majority of our students are undergrads that are really helping us maintain that status. We're a very traditional New England college town. About 96% of our first year students live on campus. Many of them in their sophomore and junior years live on campus. And if you do choose to move what we call off campus, it's really staying within the town and you're still walkable to your classes. UNH does have 20 Division I athletic programs, so there's always something going on from that lens. We have over 250 student organizations and new ones being added all the time, something that is related to your major or not, really looking to get involved. In terms of the application process, we are a very traditional kind of early action and regular decision school. We do not offer any binding decision processes. So typically by November 15th is when you can apply for early action. If you apply by November 15th, you should have a decision by mid-January. And if you apply by February 1st, our decisions typically are coming out throughout the month of February and into March. There's no competitive advantage to apply early or closer to that February 1st deadline. We are a test optional institution, and the majority of our students apply through the common application, but we also offer the coalition application as well. Through this process, we're looking at your transcripts and any letter of recommendations that you choose to send. We do require just one letter of recommendation. And as I mentioned, SAT or ACT scores are not required or used in the process should you do choose to submit them. At this point, please feel free to either snap a picture of my contact information. For those of you that are joining us live tonight, I'll put it in the chat for you as well. And we would really love for you to check out our virtual tour options, or if you can, make it up to campus as well. So thanks everyone. Hope you have a great night the rest of today.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Franklin and Marshall College.
Okay, hello everyone. Just load up the presentation real quick. Hello, my name is Matt Arant. I'm one of 4 admission reps for the state of Pennsylvania. I cover Philadelphia, Lehigh Valley, and up towards Northeast PA. So pretty much Philly, Allentown, Bethlehem, up to Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. So 2,400 students, all undergraduate, 48 states and 44 countries, 5 college houses. That's how our residential life is, how the residential life at FNM. It's really sorted all of our students into one of 5 college houses. We use the Harry Potter analogy in terms of how students are kind of sorted into one of those 5 houses. And it's something you stay a part of all 4 years, not just simply a place where you live your first year and that's it. 60 areas of study. We have about a dozen languages. Most popular majors typically are biology, business organizations and societies, kind of the big name for that, government and econ as well, and then psychology. But we have over 60 majors. We also have what's called a special studies program, which is to actually create their own major from scratch. So say you're looking to study maybe 2 or 3 different things, you have that ability to really consolidate that educational program into one cohesive major, as opposed to kind of doing a double or even triple major. 100+ clubs and organizations, 27 athletic programs. We are a Division III institution. We are part of the Centennial Conference. So schools, liberal arts colleges in Maryland and Pennsylvania. We have 25 D3 sports. Then we have D1 wrestling, and then non-divisional squash. So in terms of the academic atmosphere at FNM, average class size is 17. I mentioned 2,400 students. That's all undergraduates, no graduate students or TAs. All of your classes are taught by professors. As you can see, 80% of our classes are discussion-based. We cap those classes at 25. So it's usually that 15 to 25 student range is what you kind of see in all of your courses, not just for the major specific ones or the ones you take as a junior or a senior. 9-to-1 student faculty ratio, which really drives those discussions, where it's not just you talking alongside your fellow students, really having a collegial relationship with your faculty members as well, all 4 years too. Interdisciplinary curriculum, which is kind of the hallmark of the classical liberal arts education, where you're looking at topics through a variety of perspectives, whether it's the economic, political, social, cultural, racial lenses. You're not looking at a topic through a vacuum. You're really utilizing all the different perspectives and contexts when evaluating various disciplines. And then finally, research. So we are another small private college that has a lot of great research opportunities for our students. 2/3 either do independent study, which is a one-on-one course with a professor, or they do research alongside the professors themselves. Those that do research, 40% have their findings published and co-authored with the professor. I say also this is not just confined to the quote-unquote hard science or lab sciences. This can transcend all disciplines, whether it's the humanities, the fine arts, the social sciences, lab sciences also. It really kind of transcends all those majors too. In terms of kind of the more hands-on experiential learning, you kind of heard that from my fellow panelists about research as well as study abroad. We use the term off-campus study just because we have programs both in the United States as well as overseas, but most students that traditional study abroad option, they typically study abroad their junior year, so it's kind of the halfway point of their time as undergraduate. In terms of the F&M campus, our Joseph International Center is the place on campus for you to find that best program for you, whether it's a specific school, a specific program itself, and also the method of instruction too, especially if you're going to a non-English native speaking country and you're a native English speaker. You want to make sure you have not only either the proficiency of that language or have those classes taught in English, just because we don't want you to fly to Brussels or Paris or Milan and not understand what's being spoken in the class itself. We're located in Lancaster, PA, so about an hour, 15 hour and a half west of Philadelphia. It's very much the eastern central part of the Commonwealth. Lancaster City itself is about 60,000 people, really eclectic downtown, a lot of local run businesses, really diverse cuisine, coffee shops, boutiques, art galleries, really kind of an eclectic downtown that's within a 15 to 20 minute walk of campus. And then finally, our Office of Student Postgraduate Development, that's OSPGD or OSPGD for short. This is our campus hub for internships, shadowing, alumni connections, really unique programming that the office conducts throughout the year. It's really the proactive nature of it. So you're not just a junior or senior utilizing the services, you can be a first year or sophomore as well. Finally, in terms of the application process, we are holistic review, which means we look at a variety of factors when evaluating an application. We take either the common or coalition application. In terms of GPA, we do not have an average GPA. We look at the rigor of the courses you're taking, whether it's APs, honors, dual enrollment, IBs courses. We look at that as opposed to a specific GPA amount. We are test optional. We've been test optional for several years now, not just a result of COVID-19. We also have interviews, which are optional. They're recommended, not required. It's very much a informative as opposed to evaluative measure too. Finally, we have 2 early decision rounds. So we have ED1 deadline is November 15th. ED2 deadline is January 15th. We also have the regular decision that is January 15th as well. Just in case you're not familiar with ED, this is what's known as a binding agreement. So if you have more information about that is on our website, because I'm kind of wrapping up right now, but it's kind of a interesting process. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those either today or throughout the week. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Definitely put any information you can into the chats. Next up, we have University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sid Petro. I am one of the counselors here at Pitt Johnstown. I'm just going to go over a little bit of how we become a mountain cat. So first up, just some facts and some stats about us. We were founded in 1927. Our student ratio is 20:1. Average class size is 25, so pretty small. We are a smaller campus of University of Pittsburgh Regional Campus. So class sizes are, very average size. We do have 21 states represented, 8 countries, and our male to female ratio is 56:44. So with our academic divisions, we have from business and enterprise, education, engineering, computer science, humanities, natural sciences, nursing and health sciences, and social sciences. So just about life on campus, we have about 20 housing facilities on campus, about 100 plus student organizations on campus. We do have our NCAA Division II sports, that is 15 of those. Real World Career Services, our study abroad program, and our student benefits with Pitt. Just to kind of go off of that a little bit, a lot of our students at all of our regional campuses are able still to attend Pitt main sports. We offer transportation and the tickets for that. And we make sure that all of our students have the opportunity to go to our main campus to support our Pitt athletics right on the main campus. We have also other discounted passes to ski lodges and different amusement parks that are around our regional area as well. Discounted movie tickets to our movie theaters, discount at restaurants, and all of our local eateries around our campus. So there's a lot of benefits that our Pitt students receive as well. So basically just going off of like the admission process, we are a rolling admission. We do have a tentative application release date for fall of 2022, but it's mostly going to be for about mid-August. We are test optional for fall of 2022 and even fall of 2023. We were able to extend that. Our scholarships are merit-based scholarships. There's no additional application required. Again, test optional and traditional scholarship paradigms is what we go off of when deciding for the enrollment process based off your application and your transcripts. So just touching basing on university cost, these are basically our sticker price here for our tuition and fees. Obviously, nobody pays full tuition at any university, but especially here at Pitt Johnstown, no one pays these, exact amounts here. This is all before aid is applied and all of that. Typical room and board for the first year students is between $10,000 to $11,000 per year. And like I said, a lot of financial aid packets are given out to all of our students that apply here at Pitt Johnstown, whether, it is through our financial aid or merit scholarships or even external scholarships that our students receive. Like previously mentioned, nobody pays these sticker prices. So going off to just meet the staff. So we have Robert Beener. He's our Director of Enrollment, Operation, and Analytics, and he also is in charge of our humanities applicants. Brett Hasselrig, our Director of Admissions, it takes care of our nursing and health sciences, undeclared transfer applications. Timothy Hornick, another admissions counselor, my colleague, he takes care of our engineering and computer science and our education applicants. And I'm Sid Pietro, like I mentioned earlier, I am the admissions counselor for business and enterprise, natural sciences, and social sciences. Just also too want to touch base on our campus experience. We are open for in-person visits, which is amazing. It's been like the $1 million question that we've had for the past 2 months, before we were allowed to do in-person. So we are open for in-person visits. So I encourage everyone to sign up for a tour if you're interested in looking at Pitt Johnstown. We still have our virtual campus tour and virtual appointments available, which are on our website, and even more virtual options. Academic sessions with our faculty and staff are also available to you as well. Just touching base on our programs again that we do have here, back to our all of our divisions that I mentioned earlier, just to touch base in some key facts about our majors. With our business program, we have a very high rate in employment, as long as our other divisions as well. Our accreditation with our engineering program, our ABET accreditation is one of the biggest accomplishments that we do have with that program, and we're very proud about that. And we love to mention that accreditation that we do have with our engineering program. We do have the 4-year BSN program with our nursing program that does mirror Pitt Maine's nursing program 100%. And with our education division, same too with a high rate of placement. Our education division really works closely with our students, especially when it comes to their student teaching and getting them real world ready. They try their best to keep them as local as possible with their student teaching and help them as best as they can to get the experience that they need to become teachers as well. Natural and our social sciences division are very hand-based learning experience, even back to like our nursing and our humanities. They're all hands-on small classes that we do have here at Pitt Johnstown. The relationships that we do have with our students and our faculty is very good. They're not just a number in their classes. They are well known. All of our professors and our staff members know their students very well and have a great relationship with them. Just like I said, having that small class, average class size, and having that better relationship with them really does go a long way, and to keep them getting, like I said, real world ready for their career for sure. I did put my information in the chat on my email address. So if any of you have any other questions, feel free to screenshot this Meet the Staff page. And like I said, also too, I put my personal information in the chat. So good luck everybody and have a great night.
Thank you very much. If I could have all of the panelists turn their camera on, and we're going to do like a little quick roundtable question. Let me get my screen up there. Okay. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process, starting with Elizabethtown College?
All right, so biggest advice I always give to students is that as much as the process is us accepting you, you also have to accept us in the end. So definitely ask questions and get those questions answered. Make sure that you know what you're getting into before you actually, commit to a college.
Perfect. And I always like to point out to families, don't search for just one word. So colleges have this really annoying habit where we will rename anything we possibly can just to sound unique. So when it comes to majors or states or type of colleges, we all call it something different. So when you're doing your initial search, don't focus in on one major, one word, because you're going to miss out on really cool opportunities if you're only looking at that one thing mom and dad called it when they were at college.
Yeah, I think just think outside the box. Just because your friend is going to X college doesn't mean that's going to be the perfect fit for you. So I think taking a step back and really thinking about what's exciting to you and what you might like to do. Don't be another fish in a sea. I don't know what the saying is.
I think for me, I always use the phrase that college or even the search process is all about the match to be made as opposed to a prize to be won. And so like, as you are faced with so many different inputs from so many different people in your life, or even people you don't know, making judgments on a name or a place or an experience, you'll get to the point where it's going to be a feeling. And I think that to provide you some kind of validity with that, it's always important to recognize that matters for you too.
I'd recommend considering having a separate email account to monitor all college interactions, because students are applying to more colleges now than even 2 years ago. And the primary way you're getting contacted through these colleges is by email. So whether it's making sure you have all your documents in, whether it's application, financial aid, really kind of be on top of that, just because some things can kind of snowball, especially if you're applying to a lot of schools at the same time.
Yeah, and my advice too, kind of even going off of the Pacific University of Oregon, don't go off of that one word. I know, like when I was deciding on where to go to college, there's a lot that goes into deciding where you want to go. Make sure it feels home, make sure it feels like a home to you, because it is going to be your home away from home. And just make sure you have that feeling. And as soon as you step onto that campus, and not obviously all that it has to offer, but yeah, make sure it feels like home, and it's, in your heart that this is where you want to be, and this is where you're going to succeed the best that you can.
Well, we appreciate it so very much. You folks, again, you are the experts. And if anything, the best thing you can do out there is to reach out to these people right here, because that is what they do. They are able to make sure that it is the right fit for you, or at least to give you a better understanding and to hook you up with either students that are on campus or different organizations to see if this is where you fit. With that, there's some information there in the chat. If you are with us live, there's a quick survey as you leave here that is it helps us. And if you would like to be a part of more virtual college fairs at strivescan.com, we have more available in the future, and you can get a recording of this, everything in the chat, everything in the video at that same location at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. And with that said, best of luck to those out there in their college search process. And thank you again to our experts, our panelists, for sharing their knowledge and of course, doing the hard work and making sure that students find the best fit for them. With that, have a good night and stay safe.